How's it going, y'all? Motoblade here. Today we're going out to check out the new Star Wars movie, Solo. To be honest, I'm kind of worried. I'm worried that it won't be nearly as good as other Star Wars movies, and I'm worried that it's not going to be good because, I mean, no one else in my mind can ever fill that role of Solo other than Harrison Ford. No one can do that. So it'll be interesting at least, but yeah, I'm a bit worried about how that movie's going to go. In other news, at the end of June, I'm going to be riding out to the National Annual Cherokee Powwow in Cherokee, North Carolina with the local Indian Riders group. Apparently we're going to take place in some sort of ceremonial procession with all of our bikes, which should be pretty awesome. The chief high priest of the Cherokees or something like that is going to do some sort of ceremonial smudging. I don't know if that's on us, on the bikes, or just overall, but that should be pretty cool. I'm also going to have some good pictures coming up of the upcoming Indian Bike Night. I might be able to shoot a little video, but if it's not that exciting, I'm not sure I can make a whole episode out of it, but we'll see. Yesterday, I just rode the Tail of the Dragon in Cherahalla for the third time since I got this bike a month ago, and my baby has crossed over 2,500 miles. 2,658 is our current mileage, and I've put 1,843 on it since it left the dealership. So I have been riding a lot, because I've had this bike exactly 30 days now. So I've had this bike 1 month. I've just been having so much fun riding it. I look for every excuse I can to possibly ride it. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking me on various social media when I'm doing a full review of this bike. Well, the wait is almost over. I will have a complete detailed review of this bike like I did for the Kawasaki Vulcan S when I had that. And that will be this Friday. So be sure to watch the channel this Friday for that video. It is going to be legend. Wait for it.
Dairy! Legendary!
So that video will be ready for you guys this Friday. And I've also got a lot more test ride videos that are going to be coming up on the channel. I've got everything from Harleys to Yamahas to some Kawasaki's that'll be a little bit later on. And hopefully soon, by the end of June is what they're telling us now, we will be able to remonetize our YouTube channels. YouTube, if you guys remember, they kind of yanked the rug out from under us and changed how they did all of that, but now that I've passed well over 1,000 subscribers, they took my channel under review, and if it passes, which no reason it shouldn't, I will be able to monetize videos again at the end of the month. And once that happens, I will be able to invest a little bit more money back into the channel and back into you guys, maybe do some giveaways. If you guys have seen Blockhead's channel, go check him out. He's awesome. Blockhead Moto. He does what he calls the block box, like once a month, where he does some sort of giveaway. I don't have quite the resources to do that yet, but I'd like to do something to help build the channel with some giveaways and thank you guys for all the support that you show on a weekly basis. And if you guys have noticed, I've been getting a little bit more frequent with the videos. I've been consistently doing a Tuesday upload and a Friday upload. I'm going to try and keep that going. Some weeks, if something comes up, I may not be able to do a Tuesday, but you know, we'll always have the Good Friday uploads, and hopefully we'll have a Tuesday one now every week as well. Come on, let's go.
A few moments later.
This bike is just so much fun to ride around on. At first it felt pretty big, especially coming from the Vulcan S. Now it feels like, I'm not going to say it feels as small as the Vulcan S, but it feels smaller to me now that I've got more experience on it. I feel like I can really throw the bike around and make it do what I want. And have a lot of fun with it, whereas when I first started, I was a little bit timid on it. So, I've been having a lot of great fun with this bike. My longest ride on this thing was probably yesterday. I went up the Ocoee River and up State Route 30 and then like 315, which is a scenic route, to Tellico, and then out 68 to 411 and up to the Dragon. Ran the Dragon, stopped off at the Tapico Lodge for lunch, which was awesome. They had great food there. If you guys ever run the Dragon, stop off there for lunch. It's awesome. And then I came back on the Cherrahala and back down kind of the same way I came, out of Tellico. The entire trip was about 8.5 hours, start to finish, not including my stop for lunch. So I was out there for quite a while, but riding was probably 8.5 hours. I'll tell you what, guys, the Dragon is no joke. I've been up there 3 times now, and every time I've been there, there has been some sort of ambulance or even an airlift. The first time I was there, they had to airlift a guy out of there and bring him back down here to Chattanooga area, to Erlanger Hospital. So the place is no joke. People just go flying through there thinking it's a personal speedway. I don't know. I've had a great time every time I've gone. I just take my time and go slow. If people need to pass me, I just pull over, let them go by, and continue on my merry way. You know, take my time. But that is a dangerous spot up there, y'all. People just do not want to slow down and take their time. But I digress. That was probably my longest ride so far. I had a great time. The bike was comfortable the whole way. I've ridden the Dark Horse on the highway about 4 or 5 times now, and it's very comfortable, but I think I need to do a couple of things to it if I'm going to ride it on the highway with any kind of consistency. Number one, I need some highway bars and some highway pegs so I can stretch my legs out, because the floorboard position here with this seat is super comfortable, but for very long stretches, or where I'm not constantly moving my feet to shift or brake or press when I lean the bike, and my legs just sit, I need to stretch them out. So I'm going to definitely need to get some highway bars, and probably a taller windshield, because I'm having a bit of an issue on this as I did on the Vulcan S. At speeds below 50, this windshield is great, okay? Absolutely fine. But the problem is, for reference here for you guys, the windshield is sitting at about the level of my chin. I'm not sure how that comes across for you in the video, but the top of the windshield is right about on level with the GoPro, which is on the chin of my helmet. And so the wind coming off the top of the windshield is pretty much mitigated until you get over about 50 miles an hour, and then it comes straight off and hits me in my visor and in the top of my helmet, and it's very turbulent and extremely loud. More so than if I just probably took the windshield off and just let my helmet shed the wind like it's meant to. But the turbulent wind coming off the top of the windshield at that speed causes some great wind noise. So if I'm going to ride the highway, I think I want to get the taller windshield. This is the 11-inch for this bike. Indian makes a 21-inch, I believe, and a 24-inch. But they are not tinted, they're clear. For obvious reasons, they don't want a full tinted windshield. Because I can look over the top of this right now, and that's fine. The tinted does look great with the bike, though. And that's one thing I'd be kind of disappointed about, not having that tint. But I would only use it for trips where I am planning on going on the highway and I'm going to be out there for long stretches. Outside of that, the bike has been exceedingly comfortable for long rides, all day riding, and everything from highway to back road. If you guys have ridden the Dragon, you know how tight and twisty that is, and this thing handles it just fine. I mean, it's not like a sport bike, obviously, but it handles the twisties and the curves absolutely fine. Alright guys, we are here. It is time to see Solo, a Star Wars story. So I'm gonna head on inside, and just so you guys know, when I come out, I will be talking about the movie from here on out, giving you guys kind of my impressions on this new Star Wars movie. So, spoiler alert from this point forward, if you guys haven't seen Solo and you don't want any spoilers, tune out right about now. First impression on the movie, it was amazing. I was very, very happy with how well done it was. I still would have loved to have seen Harrison Ford. I feel like that should have been included somehow, but that movie was overall just absolutely stunning. It's directed by Ron Howard, and he is a fantastic director. So the movie was just brilliant. The question I'm having now is, maybe I missed something, but I am wondering how the ending ties in. And again, warning, spoilers here, but how in the heck does Darth Maul survive? How is he still around? And when, I guess, is he around? Is this before the fight with Qui-Gon and Obi? Is this before that, and, you know, Annie is still just a little kid at this point, before he's even been found on Tatooine? Or is this after, and he somehow survived the fall in the fight with Qui-Gon and Obi? That is what is just bugging me right now, is how that ties in, and I hope they're going to address that further in maybe another movie. I hope they don't just leave it at that. But that part was just that was the shocker of the movie right there. That whole scene with Darth Maul, that was intense. So yeah, that movie was just amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I guess if you've watched through this spoiler, maybe you've seen it already, or now maybe that'll make you want to see it. Another part that was just awesome about that movie was Lando Calrissian. Donald Glover played his part so well. Like, they could not have picked someone better to play Lando. So the relationship of Lando, Han, Chewie, it all gets explained, and it all ties together really well. Everything in the movie really tied together well with Han's origin and how Chewie is introduced in the later movies. Well, I guess the older movies, episode 4 and on, as Han's partner. Even though we meet Chewbacca in like episode 3 on Kashyyyk. But the only thing that is still just bugging me is how on earth Darth Maul is going to tie into this and not just be like a cameo and we were starstruck for a couple seconds, but he actually has some deeper purpose. So I think that will be a crucial thing moving forward for them to address. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I think I worked about an hour and a half to make that silly little opening sequence for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys did like this video, leave a big thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. That boosts my video and it feeds my ego. It's good all around. And if you guys would subscribe to the channel, that is the biggest help while you're trying to build this base. We're almost at 1,200 subscribers. Let's get that over the edge and hit 1,300 real soon. And I appreciate it, guys. And comment down below what you guys liked about the video. And talk to me if you guys have seen Solo. Talk down in the comments. I already kind of gave the warning in the video, so if you read the comments at this point, you know, you've had fair warning for spoilers. So talk to me down below. And if you guys have any questions that you might like to have answered in my comprehensive review of the Chief Dark Horse coming up, be sure to leave those down below as well. You're not going to have much time to do it, but I will try to address a couple of those, and I may just make a second video addressing any comments or questions you guys have on the Dark Horse. Well, it has been an absolute blast making this video for you guys. It's been a fun afternoon. Yeah, it was real hard, having to go see a movie to make this video for you, but whatever, I'll make the sacrifice. But until next time, y'all be careful out there, ride safe, ride on, and I will catch you all later. Deuces. Punch it.